In this video, I'm going to talk about what most guys just don't understand about women and relationships. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode of ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And P.S. before I get into the topic, if this is your first time here, feel free to like, subscribe, share this video, and leave me any comments, feedback below. I'm happy to hear what you have to say about some of the topics and some of the questions that I've been given over the past few weeks. And if you have any questions, feel free to go to ChooseYourRelationships.com, click on the contact tab, and send me any questions that you would like to know. So one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of guys make is they just don't understand the concept of friction. Friction meaning that you should have relationships. You should spend most of your time around women with less friction, cooperation. You want to be and spend most of your time with women, people that you're in harmony with. You don't want to spend most of your time with people that are not on the same page with you, that are working against you. And in some aspects, they're a contradiction of who you are and what you stand for as a man, as a person. You don't want to spend your time with people, with women with low interest than you. You want their interest to be much higher than yours. And the reason why I say that is because if your interest is more than theirs, 9 times out of 10, you're going to the relationship is going to be imbalanced, meaning that you're going to be putting in more effort than she is or she will. Now that might seem unfair to some people, but based on my experience, if her interest is low and yours is high, most women will not reciprocate. They'll let you run behind them. They'll let you put forth most of the effort. They'll make sure you put in most of the work, the emphasis, the energy, while they sit back and enjoy all the attention. That's usually what happens. So what you want a woman that's open, that's, y'all have things in common that matter the most to you. Now, some people will say, hey, I want a woman that, that we have the same religion. And some people will say, hey, opposites attract. Look, they say opposites attract. They do. But they can't coexist with each other long term. People that have too many differences, they will kill each other. They can't live with each other long term. Now, there's always exception to the rule. But based on my experience, most people that have too many differences, things that really matter to you, they cannot stay and live together for a long period of time. They will kill each other. There will be too many head bumping going on. Now, you don't want to be with someone that agrees with everything and that that's too much of the same. What you want is someone that have things in common, the things that you care about the most. Now, there's no such thing as balance. So I'm not going to even go there. There's no such thing as 50-50, so I'm not going to go there. You want to get with somebody, cooperation, less friction. See, the more things y'all have in common, the things that you care about the most, the more of a bond y'all can build together. But if you have too many differences, based on my experience, it's going to be very difficult to stay around this person long term. Sure, in the beginning, everything is always good. Having fun, you're having sex, you're spending all this time together. Yes. And over time, once reality sets in, and you find out that your values are not the same. The thing she cares about the most, you don't care about. Or vice versa. And that's when a relationship usually goes down the tube. Because you found out that this person either has misrepresented themselves or your values are not in alignment with each other. You see the world completely different versus how she sees the world. And sometimes you care more about things than she cares about. And sometimes some things are just not important to you versus the other person. So the less friction y'all have between each other, the more the relationship has a chance to last for a long time. Is it going to last forever? Absolutely not. Everything has to end. Look, someone has to die someday. But long-term relationships can last. There's look, my parents were married 35 years. My grandparents were married 40, 50, 60 years. So I still know some people that's a lot of the younger people that get together in the early 20s, they usually stick it out long term. It's a lot of mistakes that they make, but they usually find a way to stick it out and get through a lot of the uphill battles. But the people that's in the 30s and 40s, when they get together, it's going to be much difficult for them to stick it out because a lot of times they're set in their ways. The woman is still dreaming. She's been misled. He's been misled. They got the wrong information. But the people that usually get together in the early 20s, they're still trying to find themselves and they still trying to stay together all at the same time. And a lot of these younger people feel like, they don't really have any other option, especially when they're young, because they don't really understand until they get older. The 30s, which, and that's where a lot of confusion comes in at. That's why if you get with a person in the 30s, it's really going to be hard to maintain that relationship long term. But as I said, the less friction you have with somebody, the better off you'll be in the long term, because the more things y'all have in common, the more of a bond y'all be able to build on. And especially if the woman that you're with is very emotional. Because if she's very emotional, that gives you even more of a chance to build a much more connection with her. Now there's different levels to emotions, of course, but based on my experience, if there's no emotions tied to you as a man, that woman is going to be it's going to be much easier for her to leave you. Now, your job as a man is to make it difficult for her to leave you. That's the game. So, hey, just if you don't remember anything else in this video, just remember, try to spend most of your time around women with less friction and more things in common. More things in common that you care about. That way y'all have something to build on. That way y'all have a foundation. Y'all can create a foundation long term. So hey, if you like this video, give me a like the video, subscribe, ask me any questions by leaving any comments below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.